recording. I don't think, yeah. I will pause.
Hello, everyone. Congratulations, we made it this far. This is the IDEAS Advisory Council. Can I get a motion to officially begin our meeting, please?
This is Seth. I motion to begin the meeting.
Thank you, Seth. I need to do a second and a vote on that, Michaela.
If you're wanting to be technical and fancy, yes.
Can I get it? Can I get someone to second that?
This is
Motion.
Molly. I can second that.
Thank you, Molly. And then in the chat or perhaps verbally, you can say yes or begin or some other affirmative.
Yes.
This is Jordan. I wonder if we could turn the volume up a little. That's what they
Perfect. I think Brian's got it there.
Go too hot. Come.
Brian.
It's Brian, everyone, Brian, text wizard extraordinaire. All right.
All right, Michaela, can I just do a piece of technology with you? I'm hearing you well, but I think if others are speaking, maybe that are farther from the microphone, I do not hear them. Can I just have somebody from maybe the other side of the room say hello?
Hello, can you hear me?
Okay, yeah, it's definitely, yes. Yes, you can be heard, but okay. Thank you for that
People.
sound check.
Cool.
Shall we start, Michaela, with the voting an ad hoc co-chair for today, since I have to exit at halfway?
That would be great. I just wanted to make sure, are we recording, Lynn?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes, we are
perfect.
recording.
And we're called into session at 1:15. Fantastic. Yeah, that would be great,
All right.
Brian, go for it.
Well, thank you once again, everyone, for making it this far. We had to drive, we had to park, we had to get through some corridors, we had to figure out the microphones, or we had to click through the buttons and more click through the buttons, or speak up and ask for help. Hey, I can't hear, or whatever. So thank you for your patience and that we made it this far. I am the 2025 co-chair of the IDEAS Advisory Council, and I am not going to be able to be here for the remainder of today. We'd like to vote in an ad hoc or a today fill-in co-chair who will be able to help carry the meeting and serve in some leadership. So who would like to nominate themselves to serve in that position today?
Alexa, oh,
I saw the wave and maybe I heard Alexa. Is that correct?
that's me. Happy to help.
I saw the hand and happy to help. Did you say Alexis?
Alexa.
Alexa, thank you so much. Excellent. And can I get a second for Alexa to serve as ad hoc co-chair today?
Jessica, I said.
Okay. I don't know if we need to vote on that in the chat. Let's do it just in case. And if you don't have access to the chat, I'm not sure how else we're voting. Maybe signal Michaela. Michaela, do you want to indicate how people can vote who do not have access to the chat?
Do a nice old fashioned raise your hand.
There we go.
Shout out the eyes.
There we go.
Alexa, Jessica's hand raised. And did you have an opportunity to vote on the check? To make Alexa our temporary co-chair today. And as well.
Excellent. And do we want to elect an additional one, since we normally have two co-chairs, Brian and Michelle? Michelle's not here today and I'm leaving at the halfway. Do we want to elect an additional co-chair to support Alexa today? Alexa, would you like an additional co-chair with you today?
Sure.
Sure.
Yes.
All right. Who else would like to step into some leadership shoes and try it out today? It's good practice for next year because
Alicia.
All right, Alicia, let's do a vote round for Alicia.
Yes.
Yes.
All right, I think it would make sense to turn things over to these two co-chairs starting right now. I think you have a little more access than I do, so. Yeah. Alexa, to
Okay.
you.
Kind of take us quickly through the agenda if it works for our co-chairs pro tem. Great. So we are super excited that you all will be able to meet our executive director today, Anne-Marie Braga. She'll be joining us around 1:30. So we'll just kind of work around her schedule. I also want to just do quick introductions to folks in the room that are on the council. So we've got Rob Baker over here. He's our audit supervisor. We've got Bob Woodruff, Bob Wolf, Bob Wolf, attorney extraordinaire. And then we have Erica Hosteler, which is one of our community partners with Servicers Friendly Payout Enterprises. So welcome to everyone here. Typically in these meetings, for those of you who are new joining us, we'll just do a quick overview of what our program is and the purpose of the advisory council. So the IDEAS program is a program of DHS. We partner with the community, all of you today, to manage local taxpayer dollars dedicated to Denver's community with IDD. And I see Stephanie's hand raised. What's up, Stephanie? Stephanie, do you need me? She might be a.
We might need to get Stephanie
Oh,
promoted to.
There we go. Oh, that was my job.
Yes,
Sorry,
thank you.
sorry, folks.
This is what happens when we upend the job. Stephanie, you should have had the promote to panelist. Thanks for. There you go. Thanks.
There we go.
Yeah, thanks for your patience.
Sorry,
Just
Stephanie.
shout it out and let us know if.
Awesome.
What?
Thank you. So sorry. I'm just trying to get your attention. I was like, I can't see you. I can't communicate.
We switch jobs around. That's usually my job, but my computer is plugged in with a lot of wires. So
No, all good. Thank you, everyone. I'll be back on mute now.
thanks.
Perfect. So, and then thank you, Stephanie, for going on. And then so that we got our mission, our vision is to make Denver an inclusive community where people with IDD feel welcomed, valued, empowered to live the lives they envision for themselves. So the council is a group of amazing folks, you all who have lived experience with an IDD, have a loved one with an IDD or professional experience in the field. Meet about monthly to offer all of us who work for DHS recommendations on how to best use these funds. Quick review of ground rules. Please, if you are joining us virtually, stay muted or then raise your virtual hand to speak. If you're here in person, please raise your hand to speak before doing so, and announce yourself so that all of us can know who is speaking. Stay on topic. If oh, there we go. Okay, we just shared the screen. Perfect.
Being very,
Thank you, Lynn, for working. I'll just keep us moving
keep going.
while Lynn does that. Please remain safe during meetings if you need to and you're joining us virtually and you're driving. Please attend off camera and on mute, or even disconnect and join when you reach your destination. Please be mindful of the Denver Code of Ethics. If you feel like there could be a potential conflict of interest of yours in a topic we're discussing, please just raise your hand, declare the conflict of interest, and then you can either virtually leave the meeting space, leave the room, and we'll let you know when we've finished discussing that topic, bring it back in. No AI or third-party accounts are allowed without our prior authorization. And then just a reminder for interpretation, we do have an interpreter interpreting some of our content into Spanish and English. If we're needing to listen to someone participating and speaking in Spanish, please go ahead and if you're joining virtually, go ahead and toggle over to the little world screen at the bottom of your corner. It might be also 3 dots, and then switch over to Spanish when you need to listen to something that is being translated from Spanish into English. How's that for a speedy overview? Great. Any questions, concerns? Okay. All right, well, I'll hand it over to our co-chairs to vote in the minutes from the previous meeting.
Okay, this is Alexa, temporary pro temp co-chair. We would like to have a motion to approve the minutes from the September. Anyone would like to make a motion?
Hi, everyone. This is Stephanie Gross. I would like to make a motion to approve the meeting minutes from September.
Thank you. We have a second. This is Jessica, I second. Thank you, Jessica. And then a vote to fully approve the minutes. Can we all vote to minutes?
Yes.
Yes.
Michaela, I can't see the chat now, so.
Okay.
Okay, thanks.
Chat, yeah, okay, 1. So, everyone, yes, 4, 5.
1 abstain.
Okay, thanks everybody.
Okay, so the meeting minutes are, thank you.
Yes. All right. Moving right along. So we switched our schedule around a little bit. We kind of have a moment now. This was a practice that Brian suggested we start to kind of ground ourselves and acknowledge the uncertainty. So I'll let you all do that. And can call on Brian for support in that.
So now we're gonna have a breathing, this is Alicia, breathing in uncertainty. This is an opportunity to reflect upon current affairs mindfully and intentionally. Please keep this time human, but also professional.
And then it's just, I think, Brian, feel free to chime in here, but I think the intention of this time in our agenda was to acknowledge that there's a lot going on in the world right now. There's a lot impacting this community and lots of vulnerable communities, and that is a hard, vulnerable place to be in. And we are in that together in community. And so to kind of just push through with procedural matters, we know that people are experiencing lots of different things right now. And to honor and hold space for that, and anything that comes up for folks is welcome.
Yeah, what Michaela said, even, sorry, was someone else in the room talking? Please go ahead. No?
All you, Brian.
Even if politics were stable, I'm not sure that those two words belong in the same sentence, but let's just, even if just being in the intellectual developmental disability space, healthcare, school, transportation, like it's juggling a lot. And many times we encounter where we don't know what is next. Then add into that things like technology, things like politics or policy changes, or you name it, just life. So a moment to just say hello to each other and be aware that it can be scary and it can be uncertain. Not that uncertain is always scary. Sometimes that can open things up to new opportunities. So if you have thoughts, please share them. If you have some feeling you wish to share briefly, please share. And Alexa and Alicia, thank you for your leadership. This is your chance to maybe set an example if you have something on your heart or mind. And if not, no pressure. Pass.
This is Alexa, and thank you, Brian. I think, one of the more timely things that, I work at Denver Rescue Mission, which serves people experiencing homelessness in a variety of areas, and we, along with many agencies and people right here are looking at the SNAP benefit, changes that may be happening very soon. So that's just something that's been on top of my team's mind, and how we can support those who are vulnerable with receiving food and things like that. So just wanted to hold space for that, because that is a very important benefit that many people receive, and they could be very vulnerable coming up. So I'd be happy to share later any resources that there are many around, but if that's helpful.
Thank you, Alexa. This is Alicia. I serve as the chair for Denver Commission for People with Disabilities and on plenty other boards. And to just echo what you were talking about as far as food scarcity, that may occur in November. It's a bit difficult, especially when we're thinking about not only our community, people living with IDD, but also children. And just being in a board meeting last night concerning a school, there's additional resources too that we're kind of trying to spread out amongst the community, other than what the state and county and city are offering. I also want to hold that space because I can understand how difficult it is. And with the furlough in place, as a federal employee, my job wasn't affected, and my department wasn't affected, but I'm also holding space for my colleagues where the federal center in Lakewood is a ghost town at the moment. So that too plays a major part, because there's a lot of veterans, fellow veterans out here who already are on fixed income, and now having to figure out where their next meal or bills are going to be paid, how that's going to happen. So just all the way around, let's hold space for that.
Thank you both. Well said.
If there isn't anyone else that likes to share, I believe we're moving to introductions now. Or have we already done that?
So we were anticipating our executive director anytime now, so as soon as she arrives, my thought was that you all could introduce yourselves to her, share a little bit about your connection to the community, your experience. And then she can introduce herself to you all and just have some moment to meet each other and be in conversation. She will be able to join us for about 20 minutes. Until she comes, we can go ahead and start with some updates if you'd like to. Sure. Or we can just have a moment to breathe. It's up to you all.
I guess we can do the updates. That's also important since we are providing resources to everyone. Anything that we've done since our last meeting, it'd be, I guess, important to share those things, even if there's we might need some celebrations going on during this tough time. So if anyone would like to give an update.
Is that anything? There she is. Oh,
I'm a couple minutes late. Hi.
hi, welcome. Wait for you right here.
So nice.
Oh, sorry.
Anne Marie, can I invite you to come here? Because
Yes.
it's gonna be difficult. We have some participants on the online, and they've let us know that you either have to, if you're in the far side of the room, you need to speak really loudly.
Okay, where am I? There.
There you go.
Hi, I just want you to see my face.
The feedback we got is folks over there. we
Yeah,
just have-
they're like tiny.
We have to project a lot.
Yes. Oh,
So
yeah.
this is to
I
save
do
you
not
from-
have a problem projecting. You will
Right,
find that out
okay.
in the next 10 or 15 minutes for sure. Yeah. And you know what, there's a DHS board meeting. that hap- Okay, I'm so sorry. I wish I could say so much longer. We're trying to feed 100,000 people in Denver and there's a lot of SNAP food stuff that we're working on. So, but thank you so much for having me. I'm really grateful to be here. So go ahead. Sorry.
Thank you so much. No, we were just so our co-chairs, Alicia and Alexa, they're actually are stepping in today into a leadership role. We've just kind of been moving through some agenda items and knowing that your schedule is ever changing. So we're happy to shift into the portion of today's schedule, which is just to be able to let the council members introduce themselves to you, share a little bit about their experience with the community, what brings them to this work. And then I'm sure they would love to hear the same from you.
Absolutely. Happy to do that.
So if you'd like to get us started
You want me to start? Sure. So, actually, you know what? Could we do them first? Because sometimes when I hear other people's experiences, I can touch upon like connections throughout, and I like to kind of bring it together. Would that be okay? Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Would you like to start us off?
Oh, yeah, I was just reading. Hi, my name is Alicia Cooper. My pronouns are she, her. I am a light-skinned Black woman in mid-40s. Visually, hair, it might not look blue, but it is faded haircut. My experiences, I work with, I'm the chair for Denver Commission for People with Disabilities. I also serve on several other boards, community fridges, things of that nature. What brought me here is not only as a previous caregiver with my brother who lives with TBI, but also I advocate for my fellow veterans as well and their families to make sure that they get the resources and assistance that they need. Nice to meet you.
Introduce yourself, Rob.
Oh, okay, the council, but sure.
Yeah.
Hi, everybody, I'm Rob Baker, pronouns are he, his. I'm a middle-aged white man, brown hair, blue eyes. My experience and affiliations, so I supervise the internal audit team here at DHS. We do contract monitoring for all the various IDEAS contracts, basically make sure the contracts are in compliance with their requirements.
See you.
Good to see you.
We're just going.
Yeah, let's do it. Yeah, go ahead.
Hi, Bob Wolf, white male, he is that right?
Yeah.
Don't get a lot of breaks, I'm sorry. I am your attorney, at least for now. Changes happen.
Yeah.
But I've been with the city for 24 years. Half years, I think just through a year.
Hello,
Hi.
my name is Jordan Mulholland. My pronouns are she, her. I have long brown hair. Wear glasses today. I'm in a turtleneck. And I am a DHS staff member with the IDEAS program.
Good to see you.
I'm Jessica Reichel. I'm a member of the council. I am Caucasian. With brown hair. And it's like in little braids and then the braids are up in a bun. And I don't remember what color my sweater is. Is light tan, I guess. And I am a member of the IDD community. I receive services with Rocky Mountain Human Services. And I've benefited from no levy funding. Very much appreciate that. And I play harp.
Oh, wow.
Sing.
That's really cool. Nice to meet you.
Alexa Gagne, I'm a member of the IDEAS Council as well. I am a 43-year-old woman, dark brown hair, wearing a polka dot black and white shirt, black pants. Yeah, I'm really happy to be here. I work for Denver Rescue Mission and Communications for about 15 years and serve people experiencing homelessness and other challenges as well, vulnerable populations. And then I also serve on the council in honor of my 3-year-old daughter, Colette, who has Down syndrome and also benefits from human services there.
Hope starts here, is that right?
What was that?
Hope starts here. is
Hope
that
starts here. Got it.
It's my favorite mug that I
Oh,
I use it like, no, I use it all the time. It's just funny because I like the Hope Starts Here and it's a great mug with anyway, random, but yes. I see it every morning.
My name is Seth Grove. I'm a council member. I use he, him pronouns. I'm a 40-year-old white guy. My experience, I'm currently an adult advocate with Advocacy Denver.
Great.
And prior to that, I worked in case management, direct care.
Nice to meet you.
Hi, my name is Erica Hostetler, she, her pronouns. I'm the program manager for Be Home. It's a housing navigation program
I've heard of
for
you.
Denver residents with IDD and developmental delays. I work for ServiceSource, formerly Beyond Enterprises. Work is super close to my heart, both as a disabled person, but also because of this work. Allowed me to discover that my own daughter is autistic, and so I'm just super grateful just for everything kind of coming full circle, and just very grateful to be here.
Nice to meet you.
You all know me. I'm Michaela, a 38-year-old white woman with long brown hair, wearing a gold scarf for fall today. Feeling your fall colors, Jordan.
Yeah, you guys matched.
Yeah, and so I would love to move over to our folks that are joining virtually to allow you all to introduce yourselves. Brian, I see you're at the top of the screen. Would you like to go first?
Happy to. Please remind me your name, our new executive director. What's your name?
My name is Anne Marie.
Hi, Anne Marie. Welcome in. As well as
Thank
many
you.
others. I haven't had a chance to say hi to Seth yet, and a number of others. And then the ones that are back regular, Adriana, Molly, good to see you. I'm Brian B. Like be who you are. My born last name is Bernard. I'm an autistic artist advocate, formerly a case manager, including over at Denver Rescue Mission sometimes. I have both received support services and provided support services as a person with many disabilities myself. I've done a lifetime in and out of special education, and it's an honor to be here along with each of you to care about this vulnerable population and see what we can do. And I'm a voting member. Pass.
Thanks, Brian. So great to meet you.
Molly, you are next up.
Great. Hi, my name is Molly Mason. I am a 30-something white woman wearing a pink sweater and green shirt. I have dark, medium brown hair. And I am a voting member of the IDEAS Council as well as the Rocky Mountain Human Services Community Advisory Council liaison for this council. And my day job, I am a teacher in Denver Public Schools in the 18 to 21 transition program located at North High School. So we work with a wide variety of all individuals, all young adults with disabilities on all the adulting skills. I've been a teacher in Denver Public Schools for a little over a decade now, and really, really believe in this community and supporting and access to help individuals be as independent members of their community as possible. And I also have family and personal connections to the community as well. And I'm very glad to be here with you all. Thank you.
Great to meet you, Molly.
Wonderful. Stephanie?
Hi, everyone. My name is Stephanie Gross. I am a 40-something. I had to think about that for a brief moment. 40-something female. I am the executive director and founder of Move Through Yoga. We bring adaptive yoga to individuals with intellectual, developmental, and physical disabilities. We primarily do that in 2 ways, by providing direct services in schools or in day programs. And then we also provide training to care team providers, professionals, families, movement specialist in order for them to be able to facilitate our methodology in their unique settings. So it is an honor to be a voting council member. I have been a voting council member, I think, for 2 years, and I guess my term will be coming to an end in June. But while I've been here, it's just been an honor to be part of this incredible, beautiful community and to work in the schools and to advocate for health and well-being for those who sometimes are underrepresented and underserved in the physical education space.
Great. Great to meet you, Stephanie.
Pleasure to meet you as well. Thank you so much for being here.
Oh, of course. My pleasure.
Hello, Adriana. Would you like to introduce yourself? Before you do so, can we have everyone that's joining virtually go ahead and find your interpretation button and toggle over to Spanish so that we are able to listen. All right. Can we get a thumbs up from folks when they are ready to listen? Molly, you good? Okay. Okay. Adriana, please go ahead.
Hola, soy Adriana de la Torre. Soy líder comunitario, incluyendo que también apoyo y pertenezco a grupos con alguna disabilidad. Estoy aquí porque tengo un hijo con trisomía 21. Y estoy agradecida y contenta de estar aquí con ustedes.
Nice to meet you, Adriana.
Gracias.
Wonderful. And then I think we have one last council member. And folks can go ahead and switch back into the original language or English. Kisley, are you there and would you like to introduce yourself? Well, if you rejoin us, we'd love to hear from you, but I know you're on a tight schedule and we would love to hear from you. And as you've noticed.
Hi.
No, it's okay. I just.
Heather, she, her. I'm a program administrator for IDEAS and also multitasking and tech support. So if I look distracted, I'm distracted.
Like I.
And you've probably heard that it's our custom to introduce ourselves visually as well.
Yeah, I love
folks
that. Absolutely.
That
Absolutely. Yeah. So Anne Marie Braga, she, her pronouns. I have, I guess, medium length, dark brown hair, wearing a dark blue navy silk blouse and some gray pants and some flat shoes, which I've really embraced in this job because I'm running around everywhere. I used to wear heels all the time and it made me feel like powerful or something as a woman, like I needed to. And I've just had to abandon that in this job. So I'm happy to embrace my shortness. I'm almost 5'2", very close. My husband will say, "You're not 5'2". I'm like, I'm close. I am 40 something until next week and then I'm 50. So I guess I'm excited to be able to say I'm 40 something for one last time. And my background, so I am a social worker by trade. I worked and I used to be the social worker for the healthcare program for children with special healthcare needs at the Colorado Department of Public Health and Environment years ago. That's how I started my career in Colorado, is by working with the IDD community and was on advisory boards and connections. So definitely I'm sorry it has taken me so long to come to one of these meetings because this what you all work on behalf of and for is really has a deep place in my heart and my roots actually, from when I started my career. I just am really, really grateful to be here. I've been at the department for almost 2 years as of last week, which I can't believe. It went by very, very fast. The first year I spent a lot of time supporting the migrant response and our newcomer response. That was something that was not in my job description when I signed on, and I learned so much, and I'm so honored to have done that work. But I was also really excited when I got to get a little bit deeper into the, understanding all of our programs. Before this, I was at the Colorado Department of Public Health and Environment, where I was the deputy executive director. So I worked at the state level for many, many years, public health, human services. And so this is my first time at the city level. And I chose to come to the city and county because I wanted to be closer to the work. I was the person at the state who was always hollering out, we need the people who are most affected to be part of the decision making. And I kept wanting to come up with creative ways to measure hope in our clients and do things that are a little bit different. And they would always say, that's really what the counties do. We at this level do policy work, which is very important, but I just wanted to do some different things. And so I'm really grateful to be here. Haven't started talking at the hope stuff shows up in our strategic roadmap, but that we created last year. But there's a lot going on at this agency, I think there's always been some sort of, I think that is the work, right? Are the various some people call them crises. I call them opportunities to help others, how we kind of lean into all of those things. So just really honored to be here. And I want to make sure you all know that, well, first of all, you have the best staff and team you could imagine. I know that you all know this if you work with these folks. Always very, very impressed and proud of the work that Michaela and her team have done. It's just incredible to me. And anytime she sends me something with an idea, I'm like, if it's coming from you, don't get too excited about this, but I'm like, oh, it's from Michaela. It's always well thought out. She raves about this group. It's easy to say yes and approve the various grants and different things that you all do because of how well you do it. So maybe that's one reason I haven't had to come to one of these meetings either, because I've been coming to those that maybe need a little more help. So grateful to be here. And then if there's anything I can do to push the work forward, please let me know what that is. Always happy to have a conversation. Michaela knows how to reach me anytime. You just were like, you said something I want to talk to you about. You can always reach out. I'm one of those folks that just wants to connect at whatever level. It doesn't, I don't see us all. We all do different things. We're all at different levels of the department, but we're all working on behalf of the same folks. And so we just have different jobs. So I'm always open for those kind of conversations. So, and I know I saw Kisley popped back on. So would we like to have her introduce herself?
Kisley, if you can hear us, we'd love to introduce yourself. Great.
Hi, everybody. Good afternoon. I'm so sorry I can't be there with you in person, and it's been kind of a little hectic over here. I'm at the RMHS office. I was double booked, and so I'm joining this conversation a little bit late, but I am Kisley Blue, RMHS Program Manager of Mill Levy Program, and I'm a non-voting member, and really just here to represent RMHS in this space. So thank you and good afternoon.
Great to meet you, Kisley. I'm Anne Marie Bragg. I'm the Executive Director for Denver Human Services.
Very nice to meet you.
You too.
Emery, thank you so much for joining us. I know we would love to chat with you further. I did promise Helen that I would send you up.
Yes, no, I know. And I know you.
I don't want to get in trouble with Helen.
No, it's okay. She's so scared.
I know.
Yeah, no, I appreciate being here. And then again, if there's anything like in a future meeting when we can coordinate it a little better with my calendar, I'm sorry about that. But I'd be happy to come back and hear any, thoughts or ideas or anything y'all want me to do, that I'm here for that. I'm just grateful I finally had a chance to meet all of you. So thanks again for having me. And yeah, good luck with the rest of your day. Yeah, all right.
Snacks, you want a little pick me
Oh,
up?
thank you. But orange actually, that'd be nice. All right, thanks again, everyone.
Thank you.
Sorry to keep you running.
Not at all. All right. Thanks, everyone. That was fun. Turn it back over to you all, co-chairs. I think we were.
It's like we're back to, this is Alexa, back to the council updates.
or we weren't? Yes. Are there anyone from the council that has any updates that they would like to share? Yes, Jessica.
Does everybody know the final decision, for the access on demand related, changes? I know, I saw an email, but I haven't read it yet.
Go ahead.
The member of the council, but I use access on demand, so I can speak to that. So, okay. So first, the big thing is access on demand users need to reapply for the service beginning November 3rd. And then changes will take effect beginning January 1st of 2026. Changes include a trip charge of $4.50, or if you utilize the RTD, I don't know if it's pronounced live or live, but the then it's a $2.25 charge per trip. The subsidy is being reduced from $25 per ride to $20 per ride. They shortened the hours of the access on demand. So currently it's like 24 hours. Now there's no service between 1:30 and 3:30 in the morning. Or excuse me, as of January 1st. And in both the email and the letter that I received from RTD, they emphasized needing to reapply for the access on demand. November 3rd, no earlier, and reapply sometime in November to avoid service disruptions. And Jordan and Michaela, I shared that update with my team. I'm sure I'm probably missing something, but I think the big thing to be aware of for most people is that trip charge, because currently rides under $25 are free to access on demand users.
And that will change.
Yeah, and so that will change. So I can definitely get that over to you all today, just so you all have it. Yeah, hopefully that was helpful.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I think Brian's saying goodbye to us.
Bye, Brian. Thanks for joining us while you could.
I think Molly had a comment.
Brian, is that why you had your hand raised? Do you want to say goodbye?
No, it wasn't to say goodbye. Just in announcements, I wanted to share something general, and that was that I attended a developmental disabilities conference in Wyoming since I was here last. It was, I don't know, about 2 weeks ago. And I was really blown away at how much people with lived experience had to say. I need help getting something off of the top shelf. Where is my ride? I don't like my roommate. Blah, blah, blah. A lot of the thing, and they didn't really have much of a space to say it. Like this was a once a year conference, and I was asking, like, we can't address all of this right now. What do we? And it just made me feel, wow, for all the things that I feel upset about, the things that aren't working in Denver, there are a lot of places for people with disability experience to share and say, hey, this is what I'm dealing with. And up there, there really is not very much in that rural state. So that's all, just to share a perspective, an experience I had. Pass.
Thank you, Brian. Yes, Kisley?
I'm sorry. I missed out the name of the person who was reporting out that information. I think that was about RTD bus fare, but I just wanted to clarify that that's what we were talking about.
I'm sorry, Kisley, it was me, Erica, speaking from Service Source.
Oh, hi, Erica. Thank you. So, thank you. That makes, I get it now. Thank you.
I forwarded that email to Abby as well, so she has that information. Happy to share it with you as well, though.
Oh, do you mind sharing that with me whenever you get a chance?
Yep.
Thank you.
Hi, this is Molly. I actually typed that in the chat too, wondering if you could share, maybe if you could send it to us.
Yeah, okay,
Send it to one of us, we'll send it out and follow up.
okay. Yeah, so I'll send that to Jordan and Michaela, and they just indicated that they can share it with the council.
Great, thank you.
This is Alicia, kind of piggybacking on the RTD, access on demand. The Denver Commission for People with Disability is now coming up with a, vision to the RTD. So, attempting to at least RTD, board bylaws where it will require the board members to use the services for at least a week so that they understand exactly the impact it has on the community, and gives them some more insight as to how this service is of importance. So we are currently working on that. It's been about, we have a few people who are attempting to back us on this. So it's in development for at least the last 48 hours, I should say. But also earlier this month, we had a community forum, bring community leaders together with the theme of We Are the Village. That was actually pretty successful. We are now are calling ourselves a coalition, to where we're going to start bringing more resources and working together to help the community in bigger strides, which I may be prematurely saying this, but I'm going to say it anyway. There is a drive that is under works, a holiday drive as well, under works for people, primarily for people with disabilities that we're currently working on. And if everything works out in our favor, this will begin the week of Thanksgiving, if not the first week of December. So we have a lot on our plates to try to help out the community and continue to doing the great work in service.
Is that drive being ran by the commission? Is that what?
We will be spearheading it.
Okay.
There is a donator that from Washington State that called us specifically a couple of weeks ago and said that they would be interested if we would spearhead this operation, which is a tremendous opportunity to give to the community going forward. So really excited about it. More to come.
This is Erica. So how would we how would we find out if it does happen to be able to refer clients?
You'll hear me screaming from the mountaintop. Okay, great. No, in true reality, we will send out notifications to as many people or organizations as possible, starting with our main priority is to make sure that we get the information to Rocky Mount, to IDEAS, to whomever it is that is on our list. And also we would have to send information through the mayor's office as well. So whoever their contacts are, Erica, I got you.
Yeah, fingers
I really want to make sure that I'm just really excited. I really want to make sure that this gets where it needs to be, making sure that our community is served. And it's kind of I wrote a 34-page proposal, but it's about a 3 to 4 phase operation that should be completed by the 1st of January, if all works out great. So I'm really excited and keeping our fingers crossed that it comes through.
No other updates from council members. I can do a brief IDEAS update. You may have seen this come via email. Oh, I see Stephanie has her hand raised. We can go first there.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Hi, everyone. This is Stephanie Gross speaking again. I am a voting council member. I I'm excited to share with you because this is a Rocky Mountain Human Services Community Initiative. I would like to share and let you all know about the Yoga Wave happening on November 11th. We are bringing together all the participating schools from Denver Public Schools, 31 schools in total, around 500 participants with and without disabilities will be present at this incredible adaptive event, wellness event. We're partnering with New Ability as well as Rollout. They are other adaptive, accessible, and inclusive movement modalities. And then after the 500 participants, ranging from elementary schools, including Sabin and oh my goodness, Carson, I believe, all the way up through middle schools to high schools. We've got a resource fair, and we are so excited to partner with such incredible resources in our community, such as RTD, Tibiac Health, Pivot Home Health. Lots of movement modalities are coming. So if you guys are interested in volunteering, I would love to connect with you and speak with you. You can message me or I could share a link. It is a closed event, so you have to register prior to showing up. So please make sure that we connect. And that's why I'm not sharing more information about where it is or anything, because this is, I guess, I don't know, am I supposed to? But anyhow, register. And we would love to see you and participate in this community-wide initiative. Any guidance on that information, Kisley or Michaela, if I am allowed to share more or not, I don't know. I'm trying to maintain boundaries around what is safe to say.
I think that's wonderful to share it, a Mill-Levy funded opportunity with this group. Happy to know about it and would love to try and attend if I can. Thanks, Stephanie.
Thank you.
Anyone else virtually before?
Yeah.
Okay, so, yeah, I think you may have all seen the email come through the IDEAS program, but, sadly, our contract, for housing navigation with Bayonne is, slash ServiceSource is coming to an end next year, and so we have put out the same programming for RFP. We've added some changes. One in particular is a partnership with the Department of Housing Stability, who is our sister agency here in Denver that focuses solely on housing and housing access for the community. And so if you didn't get that email and would like more information, I need to share that with you. I think there's a open house happening tomorrow at 10:30. That's via Zoom that anyone can come and join. It's particularly for interested applicants to learn more about the RFP and to ask more specific questions. And then it's been open since October 15th and it closes November 14th. Let me just make sure just one last thing to kind of talk about why we decided to work with hosts. It's really an attempt to leverage these dollars so that expertise and resources can kind of come together, build that bridge, dismantle silos within agencies to really try to get housing access to the IDD community in a streamlined and more efficient way. So yeah, that's the update I had.
Thank you, Jordan.
This is Alexa. I think we're coming up on our break, if that sounds good. But start a 5-minute break.
Back at 2:13.
2:13 minutes.
2:13.
Do you want me to pause recording so we're not?
Sure, yeah, that's a good idea.
Great.
All right, online friends, I turned volume back on. This is Lynn. Can we get Some confirmation that sound is working again. Anyone online?
Yes, we can hear you just fine. I can hear you.
Thank you so much, Kisley. I turned off sound for a bit and should not have touched things because technology is being temperamental. So next time I don't touch anything. Thanks, Kisley.
You're welcome.
All right, welcome back, everyone. Next on our agenda, we have the subcommittee protocol and creation of subcommittees. I'm supposed to read this.
Oh, I can definitely take us through that. So no worries.
Michaela, let's take us through.
Before we do that, do we want to skip back? Apologies to.
Hi, sorry, this is Molly.
Hi. Did
Hi.
you all want to do the update? I'm so sorry that we skipped past that.
Yes, I'm sorry, it's just transition time. But yes, this is Molly Mason. Sorry. I was hoping that we could do it before the break. But yes, so I attended the Rocky Mountain Human Services Community Advisory Council meeting. We had a great discussion learning about one of the mill levy initiatives called School Savvy. That's really interesting and supports families with the school choice process in the Denver metro area. And the other update was also that Rocky Mountain Human Services is updating and changing the way that they're doing their requests for proposals and their supports for that. And I apologize for just popping in and for this kind of random update. But those were the two main things. But I know Kisley's also here, so thank you, Kisley. If there's other things that I missed.
That was a great job, Molly. Thank you for being able to do that update. Everyone, this is Kisley, Rocky Mountain Human Services. I do just want to elaborate just a little bit and just really call out that we are not we are moving away from our annual RFP, and we were slotted to release that in this fall. And so I just want to let this team know that we are not going to do an RFP, and we are making some strategic changes. So I'm happy to talk more about that when it makes sense, but just wanted to add that update to Molly.
All right. Thank you so much, Molly and Kisley. So if it's all right with the chairs, I can kind of do a brief overview of kind of the conversation and objectives that we were hoping to accomplish through this portion of the meeting. And that is to, first of all, introduce to you all, review and have any discussion over a protocol that Lynn and Jordan and I created over this last month. And it would kind of just serve to complement the bylaws and the change that you all just voted in to allow the meeting of subcommittees. And so I wanted to just kind of take a little bit of time, read through the highlights with you all, and then per the bylaws, if you all agree with them and want to adopt them, it would go to a vote. So that would be the first objective of this part of the meeting. And then the second part of that meeting is, now that the bylaws have been amended to allow the creation of subcommittees, would be to having a discussion about subcommittees that we might want to create. I know we've mentioned having a housing subcommittee and any other discussion that folks would like to have about other subcommittees that would be beneficial to this work. And that would kind of wrap up our meeting, except for, talking about plans for our next meeting. So any questions, comments there? Everybody online doing okay? All right. Don't hesitate to come off mute or let me know if something's not working for y'all if you can't hear. Okay. So for those of you that are attending in person, you have a printout of the draft protocol in front of you. For those of you who are attending virtually, you should have access to it in your email. We have both the English and the Spanish. I'll go ahead and share. I won't read word for word, but I'll kind of just provide an overview of what this protocol hopes to accomplish. So there's 4 sections. The first section just kind of further identifies the purpose or objective of subcommittees. So we're thinking that in partnership with you, we'd like subcommittees to help inform service gaps or needs in the IDD community based on your all's lived experience or professional expertise. Subcommittees should not be making assessments in favor of or maybe against specific organizations or agencies unless we are bringing a request to you for feedback on one of the initiatives that we are already funding so that we can use your lived experience and expertise to help make that better, increase our impact and reach more people. So that's the first part of it. Any questions, comments on that piece? Okay. Folks online, don't hesitate to let me know if I need to slow down.
Trying to get both Spanish and English on the screen, so.
No worries. Thanks for that great attempt. The second part talks about membership and roles. So after a subcommittee is voted into creation by you all can decide among yourselves who will be a member of that committee. But remember that membership can't meet or exceed a quorum because we will not be engaging in public meetings. And subcommittees won't have the ability to make formal recommendations or votes. So right now we're fully staffed at 11 voting council members. So our quorum is 6, and so subcommittees can have no more than 5. And then, so after you all decide, okay, these are up to 5, we'll publicly state that for the record and it will be recorded in the minutes. If you do want to serve on a committee, please be willing and able to meet outside of regular advisory council meetings. And the frequency for that can be determined by the membership of each subcommittee. It could vary. Right now, the protocol guiding our stipends, as kind of a note, this isn't in here, isn't in this document, but the protocol guiding payment of stipends for advisory council members states that folks have to be present for all votes to receive a stipend. So because there are no votes that are taking place in a subcommittee meeting, it wouldn't be subject to a stipend payment. And that's how it exists currently. As always, if you all want to revisit bylaws or protocols, we definitely can. Just wanted to make note of that. And then upon the first meeting of the subcommittee, so in big public meetings like we're in now, you'll vote to create a subcommittee. And then in a couple, whenever you meet next and you have your first meeting, you'll want to designate a subcommittee chair. And that person would be responsible for keeping a written record of subcommittee activities and then providing a summary of the discussion and work performed at each subcommittee meeting at the next public council meeting. So that can be stated publicly and recorded on the record. That's to make sure that we're ensuring accountability and transparency through the process. And you may decide that you want to identify additional roles and duties for each subcommittee, and that can just kind of be based on the need of the work. The third section talks about our role, Lynn and Jordan and I's role as DHS staff in supporting these subcommittees. So we'll make sure that we will be attending each subcommittee, one of us, and please include us in any email communications that you have so that we can kind of track and follow and make sure we're able to support. And the why of our engagement in these meetings is to support your conversations, track follow-up, and then ensure compliance with the bylaws, the code of ethics, and provide translation and interpretation as needed. Or facilitate translation interpretation. Unfortunately, none of us can actually provide it. And then we will support in getting those meetings scheduled and facilitated as needed. And then the fourth protocol measure is just looking at kind of creating some protocols or guardrails around engagement of community members in subcommittee work. So as always, because we're making recommendations about funds, we want to make sure that we're not inadvertently providing different organizations with unfair advantage over others. So we request that, or this would stipulate or require that no community members are engaged in subcommittee meetings. As individual members of the subcommittee outside of these meetings, you might want to gather information from a group that has subject matter expertise along, that's relevant to whatever topic you're discussing. And you can bring that back to your subcommittee meetings. Please just make sure that you're being very transparent about who you got that information from, and that so that subcommittee chair can record that and then share that out at the next public meeting. So that we're making sure that we're remaining as transparent and accountable to the public as possible. And again, information solicited from community members should be intended to address gaps or inform needs. It shouldn't be to assess the merits of any specific organization. So we're not saying you should work with organization X, but you shouldn't work with organization Y. It's we need an organization to do this. And then we can figure out ways that we can work with our partners or create opportunities to get that. So that's my presentation to you all. I'll turn it back over to the co-chairs for any discussion or debate. And if you all care to put it to a vote to adopt it, you can.
This is Alexa. Does anyone have any comments or questions they want to ask about this subcommittee protocol?
This is Seth. Is it possible to have a subcommittee of a single person, or does it need to have a minimum number of members?
That's such a great question.
Seth.
We hadn't contemplated that. Bob, what are your thoughts there? Is there any legal procedural implication?
Well, legally, since the whole idea is not to have a quorum, so that there's no formal meeting, unless you've got something in your bylaws or regulations that get a minimum number, you could have a committee of one. Maybe.
Yeah.
Anything from the folks participating online?
This is Alexa. I have a question. We're gonna vote on this as the protocol and say yay or nay? And then are we adding a subcommittee today, or is that for a future discussion?
You can. We definitely have time and space for that.
Just curious. Would we like to discuss that first, or should we move to approve this protocol?
I think we should move to approve the protocol.
Oh,
This is Jessica. I had something to say. This is just kind of it is my opinion. Like I was wondering if maybe there should be like a minimum of 2 people for a subcommittee, because the term is subcommittee. And then it's not like just someone's quote-unquote project. If that makes sense.
I really like that, Jessica. Did everyone online hear that?
And in protocol.
At least 2.
I'm just gonna make sure, did all of our online folks hear? I know that this is not ideal.
This is Molly. I heard Jessica and I agree with you, Jessica. I think I like the idea of having at least 2 people on a subcommittee.
Do we need to vote on that? Because it's an edit to the protocol?
So I think what you could do is vote to adopt the protocol with the revision that a minimum number will be set, probably in the membership section.
Maybe we should ask if there are any other amendments or to the protocol that has been discussed.
This is Seth again. Is the idea that the subcommittee would have a meeting, monthly, kind of in tandem with the general meeting so that they can provide updates? Is that kind of the idea? Or would they be able to have kind of those meetings at their kind of own leisure?
I think that's a great question. I mean, I'd love to put that up to you all to discuss what is meaningful to you. I think when we implemented this, our thought would be, and we wanted to talk more with you all about this later too, is revisiting the cadence of our meetings, so that possibly looking at holding a big public meeting every other month. And then that would allow subcommittees to meet in the month in between. and report out. But I think what we really want to make this flexible enough so that if there's a lot of work that a subcommittee has to do, they can meet as frequently as they need to. And if there's really not anything to talk about on a certain month, there's not a requirement that you meet just to meet. So to have that flexibility.
Pretty much how the commission works is we have a monthly meeting and then the subcommittees can meet however many times during a month. They would report, whatever they had, any updates if they had any, ahead of time, monthly meeting. But if not, they would just say, no report. We will continue on the mission. I'm wondering if that's kind of where you were asking, like if there's.
Yeah, and also EHS staff has to be involved, you know, you don't want to have 10 meetings a month, right?
That would be preferable.
Yeah.
And if the work requires it, we'll do our best.
Right.
I don't know, we like meetings.
Lynn will step out.
This is Alexa. I agree on keeping it flexible, but letting the committee decide what's best. Any other comments? Are we there?
So will there be someone that would like to motion that we move forward with the protocol and the revision, with the revision of having a subcommittee with the minimum of 2? Yes, Adriana?
Sí, mi pregunta es, ¿cuál es el tiempo para hacer esto de los equipos o de lo que vamos a hacer?
That's a great question.
That is.
Like
Adriana,
when, this is Alexa, is the question when they will be created or is it the time committed?
El compromiso, o sea, una vez que nos unifiquemos, ¿cuál es el tiempo para dar esa información?
So right now in the bylaws, it says that whenever you vote to create a subcommittee, you will identify the objective of the subcommittee, what the duties of the subcommittee will be, and how long it will be in existence. It can be up to 6 months. And then there's an option if the work is still ongoing to extend it for another 6 months. But I think how the bylaws are currently structured as you all voted them in last month, it would be you'd have up to 6 months to do the subcommittee work.
Está bien, gracias.
Lisa also has.
Lisa? Welcome.
Hello. I know I'm a little bit late. I'm on Latino time. I was running around like crazy. I just wanted to know if we had suggested to have an policy advocacy and immigration subcommittee, or what was the agreement on the subcommittees? What were the names too?
So right now we're voting on the protocol of the subcommittee and then once we approve the protocol for the subcommittee, the creation of the subcommittee, then we would discuss what subcommittees would be created.
Got
We
it.
haven't got. I'm sorry.
No, thank you. I'm always like running around. You know, I was like, okay, let's go with the subcommittee. Where do I go?
Any additional questions regarding the protocol and with the revision to have a subcommittee with a minimum of 2 members?
This is Jessica, I motion to approve the protocol with the revisions. Vision.
Do we have a second motion to approve?
This is Seth, I approve, I second.
All in favor?
Folks online, I think you can vote in the chat. This is Lynn.
Aye. Oh,
Or
you want
either
me to raise my hand when
Yes.
it's all on favor? Okay.
Whatever works, we just need some way of recording the votes from our online council members.
This is Molly. I vote yes.
Um, I think,
Yeah.
Adriana, would you like to vote?
I don't, not in the Spanish channel. Let's go there.
She may have stepped away.
Okay.
Any abstentions? Any nays? The motion has been approved.
Wonderful. Great, thank you all. So we didn't have any public comment. So we can kind of go into that reserved time. And then move into, at the pleasure of the chairs, discussion of creation of subcommittees, and then just, wanting to kind of, again, orient folks to the first purpose and objective, which is to help inform service gaps of needs of the IDD community members. I think and hopefully what we are getting out of that is information from you all onto how to make the programs that we currently have more impactful. And or what are the needs that we aren't currently funding and should be. So what we wouldn't be doing any of these groups are kind of, and not that this isn't important work, but for the purposes of this council and these subcommittees, we wouldn't really be doing so much advocacy or policy writing. It's more, tell us what you're seeing from your community. What are these needs? What haven't we missed? What can we do better? And then we can work and see if we can translate that into improving existing programs or creating new ones.
All right. Lisa, I saw your hand up and I also saw in the chat the subcommittee that you would like to create.
Yes, ma'am. Would you like me to share a little bit more or
Yes, please.
what would you like me? Okay. I think that if we do an outreach overall policy advocacy and immigration subcommittee based on what is happening now with the families I'm working with children with disabilities, this will give us I honestly think that this will give us an idea of how can we help those families, since these subcommittees are only gonna last 6 months or a little bit more a year. We need to focus on what is happening now, what is affecting our communities, what is affecting parents and children with disability to get access to care because of these horrible things that are happening. So I'm proposing that we have an outreach or community outreach committee and or maybe we can call it policy advocacy and immigration subcommittee. That was just an idea of mine, but we can call it outreach and focus on what is pressing right now, what is important for those families that we have left behind for so many years, for so long, that it's time for us to step up our game and be there for those families that um, even though sometimes their children are U.S. citizens, they are very afraid of accessing care right at this moment. So um, I'm proposing that's that committee. Am I on the right track, guys? Because I cannot see you over there, like the people who are in person. But am I on the right track, Michelle? Or
Michelle,
Micaela?
real close.
Yes, I'm sorry.
No worries. So I definitely, and we've talked about the idea of kind of creating a subcommittee focused on the needs of families who are immigrants or families who have members who are immigrants, or maybe speak a language other than English. What gives me a little bit of pause is the inclusion of the words advocacy and policy in the title. And again, not because
Okay.
those are necessary, but just looking at the scope of what we do within the IDEAS program and the scope of the advisory council, again, is to share what you're all are seeing on the ground, what you're experiencing in your own lives, so that we can know if what we're doing is relevant and impactful. What I did hear you say, Lisa, just kind of to maybe explore more like what is the experience of families that have this intersectional identity of disability, IDD or developmental delay, immigration status, English as a second language. And maybe that could be part of the objective, is to make sure that we're gathering that information in a meaningful way. One other thing that I thought of, Lisa, from some of the information that you and Adriana have shared, I'm remembering that Adriana, and I would love for you to speak more on this, is that families don't know. They don't know what's available to them, how to access these situations. I think one thing that has been mentioned a few times is access to paid caregiver support. So
Yes.
where I'm looking and thinking about how I engage with that, I'd love to learn more about what are the ways that these families best access this information, so that you can tell us what we need to do better to get that information out. Because it sounds like what we're doing right now isn't really hitting the mark, and we'd love for you to guide us on how to do that better.
Okay. Yes, I think that what you're describing, you basically transcreate exactly what I wanted to say, my friend. I'm like, all
Adriana.
right, she's getting me.
I'm gonna go to Spanish.
Okay. Adriana, whenever you're ready, we are.
Sí, cuando yo mencioné sobre eso, yo me refiero exactamente a eso, independientemente de ser inmigrante o de ser hispanohablante, independientemente del idioma, en, en toda la comunidad de IDD se requiere más información, más de la que hay, más difusión, más educación o sea, se conoce que existen diferentes recursos, pero no se conoce cómo llegar a ellos. Entonces, a eso yo exactamente es a lo que me refiero, y me refiero en la comunidad en general de IDD, no solamente a la inmigrante.
Thank you, Adriana. Was there anything else that I was missing or that you'd like to add to the conversation?
Sí me gustaría que que realmente, o sea, se aseguraran, o sea, de que las organizaciones que dicen estar apoyando eso, que realmente lo estén haciendo, y que ustedes estén seguros de que se está haciendo, porque no por tener el nombre quiere decir que se están enfocando en eso. Entonces, o sea, o tal vez por tener el nombre, se da por hecho que están haciendo eso, su trabajo, pero no es completamente así.
Thank you, Adriana. Noted.
Turn it back over to you all.
So do we vote now to approve the subcommittee suggestion?
Yeah,
Open for more discussion.
I think if, after discussion is wrapped up, you might want to, going back to the bylaws, kind of, summarize what you've heard, and kind of state in very like short, simple statements what the objective of this committee would be, probably best to decide on a name. What the duties of the subcommittee members would be, and we'll ask for a duration, so up to 6 months, but it doesn't have to be that long. And then I would maybe recommend stating that so everyone knows exactly what they're voting on, and then you can put it to a vote. I'm happy to help jump into if you like.
At least looks like you're thinking there.
I am, I like the name that Elisa came up with. I'm just trying to figure out how to shorten it.
Did I hear Lisa say, community outreach? Or was that another word besides the policy advocacy?
So it's the
We can do, you know, like a name like Bridge Initiative Subcommittee, which is immigration and outreach focus, and we can include refugees and everyone else. But we can do a bridge initiative, like the bridge, because we're gonna be the bridge between those with disabilities and government programs or state programs. We're gonna help them navigate those systems too. So I think Bridge Initiative Subcommittee, and then that way we don't have the policy and immigration words that Micaela was saying, like she had a little problem with that.
So break initiative subcommittee?
I think bridge.
Bridge. Sorry, bridge.
No, that's okay, that's okay. I just think that we are that bridge, you know, and that includes everyone, like Adriana was saying, like Bridge Initiative Subcommittee, Immigration and Outreach Focus. So we can focus on mixed status families, and then we can focus on organizations that really serve this type of population, and in that it's more, it's not as inclusive, but we understand what our focus is.
Okay. And what would the timeline be, Lisa? Would it be the entire 6 months?
We say 6 months, and if we continue to see these press issues, then by the bylaws, we can expand it another 6 months, correct?
Yes.
Okay, so let's do it 6 months. And if we see these press issues and we haven't got that far, we will, with, let's put in the minutes that we will expand another 6 months.
And then, something for your all consideration, looking at voting on the objective and duties of such a subcommittee. But Lisa, what would you think about making the objective, to explore, to, inform DHS on the experience of Denver families with IDD and developmental delay, who are immigrants, or speak another language in accessing services, and to inform DHS on how to best share information about resources and services to these communities.
Yes, yes, we can add some in there that, for example, the Bridge Initiative Subcommittee seeks to foster connection and understanding and equitable support between the IDD community and immigrant communities and the broader public, because we're also gonna work with nonprofit agencies and government. The objective should be to develop and promote outreach programs, policy recommendations. If we don't want policy, that's okay, but I always say policy just in case. And community partnerships. I can write something real quick and send it to you guys, but yes, it's to inform and foster connection and understanding and equitable support between IDD immigrant communities and the broader public. That way we include
Thank-
others.
Yes,
What do you got?
Adriana.
Sí, yo puse en el chat sugiriendo un título es Combatiendo las brechas informativas en el área de IDD. Estamos hablando de forma general y no nos estamos enfocando a cierta, pues sí, a solamente algunas personas, sino que nos estamos enfocando directamente al propósito que es el área de IDD.
Thank you. So the name of the subcommittee would be Bridge Initiative Subcommittee. The objective would be building connections and promote inclusion, strengthen community engagement for individuals with IDD and their families. And then the duties would bridge gaps between IDD community service providers and the broader public through outreach, advocacy, and education. Is that correct? Lisa?
Yes, ma'am. I was talking to you over here. I was like, yeah, I love it. And you couldn't hear me. Everybody was looking at me here at Starbucks. They were like, oh, she's excited.
Okay.
That's wonderful. And one thing to think about too is just sort of thinking about, I kind of see this as like a two-way funnel of information. So this subcommittee will be gathering information that you all will share with us, and then we will report back up all the way to Anne Marie that you met earlier, and or to our network of service providers to say, hey, we learned this. This is the way that we need to get our message out to reach more people. So what is it that you all are wanting to gather and tell us? And then what specific information are you wanting to share out to the community? And think too that for the scope of this program, we want to think about the programs that are funded through the IDEAS mill levy.
Okay, so you're asking us or you're just sharing with us?
Yeah, so I'm asking to kind of, so that we are better able to make sure that we're achieving the objectives of this subcommittee. What is the
Okay.
information subcommittee is going to be during particularly? Is it because we definitely want to do all these through our work to build connections, promote inclusion, strengthen community.
Mhm.
It's definitely the larger goal for sure, but I want to make sure that when we are supporting you all in this subcommittee, that we're understand what we should be learning from you all or what information that we need to be preparing and providing. So is there any specific, like what information through the subcommittee are you looking to gather? Is it about a certain group of people? Is it about trying to tell us more about what the community, like as Adriana was saying, what the community knows and what they don't know and why? What is it you're going to be sharing?
Maybe, and what I'm thinking, and Adriana, if you wanna go ahead, but, what I'm thinking is charlas, which is focus groups, but in an informal way. I'm not saying collecting qualitative, quantitative data, but maybe on a Sunday, going to the church and speak to a captive audience on what their needs are. What is it that they want? Hear their stories. Like, for example, right now I'm meeting with two moms. One has, her daughter has Down syndrome, and the other one it's in wheelchair, right? And I'm meeting with them right now just to see what is it that their needs are, because they're gonna be a panelist. I'm organizing mental health conference with immigrant women with hard stories. So I have had a lot of women who wants to talk about their stories and how hard it is to be in a different country with someone with kids with disabilities, or somebody they you take care of with disabilities, right? So um for me it's more asking those questions, what exactly they would like to know and what exactly they would like to see, what do they need from us, if they even know that we exist, and talk to us about the programs that have worked and what hasn't, and then how we will bring that information to you guys. That way we can funnel that information, and then we can create best practices with those who are receiving funding from us. Did that make sense, guys?
Yes. So basically, the information that you'll be bringing back are the needs of the community and also information regarding the engagement that they've received and or lack of
Exactly,
resources.
exactly. We need to start from there. We need to hear the voice of immigrants. They're the caretakers of people with disability, right? We need to hear their voice. Their voices are not loud enough. Their voices have been silent for so long. And that's why they're going to speak at my conference, because behavioral health is one of the issues that they had accessing therapy and for the parents. It has been extremely difficult. So um, I will love to bring that information, and conduct informal, key informative interviews.
Okay. So I think that would work. And I know that we're like right at time. Yeah. I do have a quick question, Michaela, because this is so important for us to build the subcommittees. Does this just continue to spill over to the next meeting until but I wanna, because this came up first, is it possible to vote for that? And I guess at the next meeting, talk about the other subcommittees that we really wanna, and put them in the forefront, because we didn't get to them today.
We can certainly do that. We were, had initially planned to bring one of our contracted partners, Autism Community Store, to report on the wrap up of her contract, which is a requirement of her deliverables. So we want to make sure that there's time for that next month, but I think we can definitely create space to extend this conversation next month aside from that, because that won't take the whole meeting.
Okay. So then we just ask for,
But are we going to approve this one today? Are we going to vote today?
That's up to you all.
yeah, can we get a motion for this? Subcommittee, bridge
can-
committee to be approved?
Did somebody made a motion? I second that.
Seth made the motion.
I second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any abstentions?
Do we still have a quorum? We had several people leave early. Just checking. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think we're still at quorum. Okay, good catch. Just, I'm counting. This was Lynn. I'm doing a quorum check because we had several people sign off early and six voting members are still in the meeting, so I think we're still at quorum. Is that correct?
Was that a full
Thank you.
unanimous?
6 out of 6.
All right, 6 out of 6 is unanimous. Lisa?
Yes.
Oh, my goodness. Thank you, Lord.
Just really quickly, because I know we're at time. Thank you all, but planning our next meeting, you stated that there's
A presentation by Autism Community Stores on their work, and then we can return to this and maybe decide on membership, since there was an opportunity, we ran out of time.
yes, and then there was another subcommittee or two, but Stephanie had one.
Yeah.
Yeah, so there's like 2 more that we would really love to discuss at the next meeting.
Yeah, we'll make sure that we work that into the agenda.
I think our tentative agenda right now would put the Autism Community Store at a total of 30 minutes, including questions.
Okay.
And I think we're full virtual, so hopefully we will be up and running faster.
Get the date of the next meeting.
December 9th.
What's December? Yeah, we do. Okay. Yeah,
Still have
December
9th.
Thanksgiving
Yeah.
meeting schedule.
Okay, thank you.
And would you like to vote to adjourn?
It's a 7-year waiting on. Can we have a motion to adjourn this wonderful meeting today? Is there a second motion to adjourn, Jessica? First.
I second that at 3:04 p.m.
Thank you, Lisa.
Thank you, thank you. Gracias a todos. Gracias. Dios me los bendiga. God bless you all.
Thank you. Goodbye, everyone. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Hey. Thank you all for coming and taking the time to be here. Bye, Adriana. Thank you.
I'm stopping the recording. We're good.
All right.